Something shifts when we stop rushing. The ground stabilizes before the jump. Then comes the surge of power. Let us see where you fit in. Welcome back to Cosmic Code. I am Judith. We use numerology here as a tactical lens. It is not a party trick. It is a map for your timing. We layer these numbers with the grit of real history. This keeps us practical. The goal is utility, not mystery. We begin on Sunday, April 26, 2026. We will walk through this entire week together. Step inside the current. Each day has an energy number and an archetype. We look at historical milestones and birth traits. To help us, we have two people. Sloane is a finisher. She makes a choice and moves immediately. Arthur is a planner. He researches every angle but rarely starts. They will show us how these numbers actually play out. The week is open. You wake up feeling heavy. Progress feels like wading through wet cement. You want to fly, but the world asks you to crawl. This friction is simply the energy of Sunday, April 26. It is a universal day for the builder is here. Someone born today is the rock of any family. They are disciplined and deeply reliable. Favorable number 4 and letter D guide them. Names like Daniel or Diana fit this steadiness. Pivot ages hit at 13, 22, and 31. They make brilliant engineers or architects. Their growth edge is rigidity. They must learn to bend before they break. In 1986, the Chernobyl reactor exploded. The world saw a failure of structure and safety. Engineers faced a nightmare they could not contain. They were terrified by their own mistakes. This disaster mirrors the day forewarning. Poor foundations lead to catastrophe. The shadow here is a frozen mind. You tell yourself that your rigidity is actually discipline. You mistake stubbornness for strength. Feels like safety, but it is a cage. Pivot toward flexibility. Sloane spends her morning clearing the garage. She sets a budget for the month. She signs one contract. Arthur reads 3 books on home organization. He makes a color-coded spreadsheet. He decides he needs more data first. Does your planning feel like progress or a hiding place? Review your spending today. Cut the waste without emotion. Your body needs routine and strict sleep. Avoid the lure of late-night screens. Build trust through simple, consistent actions. Do not promise things you cannot deliver. I build steadily toward lasting success. The brick is laid. Suddenly, the cement turns to wind. You feel a restless itch in your skin. Routine feels like a slow death today. This shift belongs to Monday, April 27th. It is a universal day 5. The adventurer has arrived. Children born today crave the horizon. They are sociable and quick on their feet. Number 5 and letter E bring them luck. Ethan or Emma are names for this spirit. Key pivots happen at ages 14, 23, and 32. They thrive as entrepreneurs or global travelers. Their struggle is a lack of focus. They must learn that freedom requires responsibility. In 1994, South Africa held its first democratic election. Millions stood in line to end apartheid. They risked everything for a new identity. The fear was immense, but the hope was larger. This courage embodies the day 5 energy of change. The shadow here is scatteredness. You jump from one idea to another. Nothing ever reaches the finish line. You call it curiosity, but it is avoidance. Pick one direction and hold it. Arthur finds a new hobby online. He buys 3 different starter kits. He spends hours reading reviews. Sloane books a last-minute trip for next month. She calls a new contact for coffee. She changes her workout routine on a whim. Are you exploring or just running away? Look for a side income opportunity today. Be bold with your ideas. Try a sport that scares you slightly. Get your heart rate up in nature. Break the routine with your partner. Do something neither of you has tried before. I embrace change with open curiosity. The door is open. The wind dies down into a soft hum. You feel a pull toward the people you love. There is a hunger for harmony and warmth. This is Tuesday, April 28th, a universal day 6. The nurturer takes over. Those born today are natural protectors. They possess high emotional intelligence. Number 6 and letter F align with them. Felix or Fiona reflect this nurturing grace. Pivot ages occur at 15, 24, and 33. They excel as teachers or healthcare workers. Their danger is carrying too much weight. They must learn to nurture themselves first. In 1789, the crew of the HMS Bounty mutinied. Trust between the men and their captain shattered. The decision was born from resentment and pain. They feared a life of misery under command. This break in harmony is the shadow of day 6. The shadow here is the martyr complex. You do everything for everyone else. Then you feel resentful that no one helps. You tell yourself you are being selfless. Actually, you are seeking control through care. Set a hard boundary today. Sloane cooks a meal for her family. She listens without trying to fix things. She fixes a leaky faucet in the kitchen. Arthur worries about a conflict with a friend. He drafts a long apology text. He deletes it and waits until tomorrow. Who are you protecting at your own expense? Spend wisely on items that improve the home. Avoid impulse buys for others to win favor. Prioritize your emotional health today. Take a slow walk in silence. Show care through an action, not a word. Small gestures outweigh big promises. I nurture harmony in all connections. The heart settles. The noise of the world becomes too loud. You feel a sudden need to disappear. Your mind wants to dive deep into one truth. This is Wednesday, April 29th, a universal day 7. The seeker has appeared. Children born today live in their heads. They are analytical and deeply private. Number 7 and letter G are their strengths. Gabriel or Grace suit this introspective nature. Pivots happen at ages 16, 25, and 34. They make profound scientists or philosophers. Their struggle is a tendency toward isolation. They must trust intuition as much as logic. In 2011, Prince William married Catherine Middleton. The world saw the gold and the glamour. Inside, two people navigated immense public pressure. They had to find a private center in a crowd. This search for internal truth matches day 7. The shadow here is paralysis by analysis. You think so much that you stop living. You believe more information will solve the problem. It won't. Truth comes from experience, not just thought. Stop thinking and start observing. Arthur spends the day in deep research. He finds a new philosophy to study. He feels he is making huge progress. Sloane turns off her phone for 4 hours. She journals her thoughts on a new project. She decides which paths to abandon. Is your intellect a bridge or a wall? Pause all major financial moves today. Analyze the data in silence first. Practice mindfulness for 10 minutes. Let your mind go completely blank. Give the people you love some space. Respect their emotional boundaries without asking why. I trust wisdom found in stillness. The mirror clears. The silence breaks with a surge of ambition. You wake up wanting to win. There is an electric urge to execute and dominate. This is Thursday, April 30th, a universal day 8. The powerhouse energy is active. Those born today understand power early. They are strategic, driven, and highly confident. Number 8 and letter H bring them authority. Henry or Hannah embody this drive. Pivot ages hit at 17, 26, and 35. They thrive as executives or investors. Their lesson is the ethical use of influence. Ambition without integrity is a hollow victory. In 1945, Adolf Hitler died in a bunker. He had sought total control over the world. His empire collapsed into ash and ruin. The human cost was an unimaginable tragedy. This is the ultimate warning of Day 8 power. The shadow here is ruthlessness. You see people as tools for your success. You justify coldness as being professional. You tell yourself that results are all that matter. This path leads to a very lonely top. Led with empathy today. Sloane enters a negotiation and wins. She makes 3 hard phone calls. She closes a deal by noon. Arthur worries about how he looks to his boss. He prepares a presentation but doesn't send it. He waits for the perfect moment to speak. Do you want the title or the result? Negotiate assertively for your value today. Do not apologize for your price. Channel this heat into strength training. Push your physical limits in the gym. Address any power imbalances in your relationships. Be honest about who holds the lead. I act with power and clear intent. The hammer falls. The adrenaline of yesterday leaves a void. You feel an urge to question everything again. Victory feels empty without meaning. This is Friday, May 1st. A return to Universal Day 7. Another day for the seeker. Children born today are perceptive and reserved. They see things others miss entirely. Number 7 and letter G guide their path. George or Gemma fit this intellectual depth. Pivots occur at ages 16, 25, and 34. They make excellent writers or spiritual guides. Their risk is complete social withdrawal. Wisdom must be shared to be useful. In 1886, the Great Railroad Strike began. Workers stood up against unfair conditions. They sought a truth about their own value. They were afraid of losing their livelihoods. This collective search for justice is Day 7 energy. The shadow here is spiritual ego. You think you have found a secret others lack. You use your insight to feel superior. It is a subtle form of isolation. True wisdom makes you more humble, not less. Listen more than you speak today. Arthur feels he has finally found the answer. He spends hours refining his theory. He avoids all interruptions to stay in the zone. Sloane looks at her wins from yesterday. She asks if they actually matter. She simplifies her long-term plan. Are you seeking truth or just a feeling of certainty? Reassess your financial strategies quietly today. Do not make moves based on emotion. Reduce your screen time significantly. Let your brain breathe in the silence. Reflect before you react in any conversation. Pause for 3 seconds before speaking. I seek truth within and beyond. The depth calls. The reflection ends with a final call to action. You feel the urgency to finalize your work. Confidence returns as a sharp, focused blade. This is Saturday, May 2nd. A second Universal Day 8. The Powerhouse returns for the finish. Those born today have iron willpower. They are resilient and naturally bold. Number 8 and letter H are their keys. Hugo or Hazel carry the strength. Pivot ages hit at 17, 26, and 35. They excel as politicians or strategists. Their growth edge is a lack of patience. Integrity must outweigh the desire for speed. In 2011, U.S. forces killed Osama bin Laden. A decade-long hunt reached its final end. The operation required absolute precision and power. There was no room for hesitation or error. This is the energy of a closed loop on Day 8. The shadow here is overexertion. You push so hard that you burn out. You believe that exhaustion equals productivity. You ignore your body to feed your ego. This leads to a crash, not a victory. Rest is also a strategic move. Sloane executes her final plan for the month. She sends the emails she delayed. She claims her success with a smile. Arthur is still refining his strategy. He realizes he has missed the window. He wonders where the week went. Did you build a bridge or just a map? Take decisive action on your investments today. Stop analyzing and start committing. Stay active but do not overwork your body. Avoid the trap of total exhaustion. Take initiative to strengthen a key commitment. Make it clear where you stand. I claim success through focused action. The loop closes. Let us look at the footprints left behind. Sloane started with a clean garage and a budget. She experimented with new ideas on Monday. She balanced her heart on Tuesday. She stripped away the noise on Wednesday. She won her battles on Thursday. She reflected on Friday and closed the loop Saturday. She built a tangible result. Arthur spent his week in the waiting room. He researched, he planned, and he worried. He optimized his spreadsheets perfectly. But he never stepped onto the field. He is still preparing for a life that has already started. The lesson here is simple. Preparation is a tool, but action is the goal. A perfect map is useless if you never walk. What did you actually build this week? The energy of each day is an invitation. It is not a guarantee. The number does not act for you. The archetype does not move for you. The difference is your will to engage. You are the agent in this story. The numbers just provide the weather. Real life happens in the doing. Join our circle by subscribing to the show. Send this episode to the person who overthinks everything. Tell me your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one of them. Walk into next week with intention.